Baby girl, you are so pretty, 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 pretty. Baby girl, you are so pretty, 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 pretty. Females made you just to trick me, trick me, trick me, trick me. 'Cause baby girl, you are so.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Ivy, I2457. How y'all doing today? Yeah, I'm gonna do some makeup with y'all, so let's get started. Okay, let me just get this right. Okay, so yeah, how y'all doing today? Okay, so today we're gonna do a full face. Okay, y'all see what I'm starting with? Like, I have a lot of hyperpigmentation, stuff like that. I love to use Medicube products. This is Korean skincare, for those who don't know. This is something that's sold on TikTok. It's by this company called Medicube. So I like to start with that. And then I like to also start, like, your face should be like nice and moisturized before you start your makeup process. Yeah. So I like to do all of this before I get the party started, cause yeah. So now that that's working, we're gonna go ahead and start with our brows and priming and all that good stuff. So, yep, this is my first video, y'all, on YouTube. So I am so happy about it. But yeah, I like to start my brows with this. Okay, this is actually by Got to Be Glued. I like to have my, this holds like really well. Okay. This can be found also on TikTok as well. And I'm a beauty creator actually coming from TikTok. Coming over to y'all now. To the good old YouTube space. So I like to put this all the way through my brows. If y'all see me looking over, that's because I got a mirror over here. But yeah. Okay, and I like to put this all through my brows. All through. Okay, so now that's done. Okay, now we're just gonna wait for that to dry down. And then also I like to use e.l.f. products as well, but I have a lot of high end and I have a lot of low end stuff. So I like to actually use the jelly, what is this? The Jelly Pop Primer by e.l.f. So what we're gonna do is put this all the way through too. I like the primer right now, of course. And some background about me. I used to work for Sephora. I've always loved makeup, but then when I really started working for them, I worked for them maybe about, I want to say 5 years ago, maybe 4 or 5 years ago. And ever since I started working for them, or, when I was working for them, I learned a lot. But also, too, I learned more about product knowledge instead of, like, regular, they don't really teach you that much at Sephora. They really teach you more product knowledge at Sephora. So, everything else you see those girls doing Sephora, that be them. It be them and their skills. So, yeah. And, of course, with makeup, once you start doing it yourself, yeah. You start getting better at it. Better and better and better. And I've always had, like, crappy skin. So I've always had to cover up something. So I just got better at that, too. Okay. So now we're just going to wait for that to dry down. Okay. So, yeah. So now that we've done that, I like to start with brows first. I'm going to show you my brow, my favorite brow pencil, which is the Precisely My Brow by Benefit. I love this daggone pencil. I've tried to find dupes for it. I cannot find a dupe for this pencil to save my life. So I guess I'm going to keep on spending that money. So, yeah. So I like to actually go underneath the brow and all that stuff. So I'm going to show y'all that. But I can't really. You know what? Let me just go in my mirror. So I like to start underneath the brow first. And then move my way on the top of the brow. Just like that. And then we got like to do hair-like strokes. Like that. Just like that. Okay, and then we're going to do the same thing we did over here. We're going to do over here. Okay, and I'm just drawing out. Now, my eyebrows are microbladed, so yeah. So it makes it a tad bit easier for me to do my brows. Yep, just like that. See, just like that. Okay, those are perfect, I think. And I always start with brows first. I don't know why. I think it makes me feel better about life when I do my brows first. I feel like I can't even do my, like my, what do you call it? My, the other stuff that I want to do if my brows are not done first. I don't know why that is, but yeah. I don't know. Other people feel that way too? Like, for real. Because that's how I be feeling. I'll be like, you know what? If I don't do these brows first, you know? So, yeah. Okay. So, now we have those down. Okay. And as y'all see, perfect. Okay. So, now we're going to actually clean these up. I like to use the LA Girl Pro Conceal. So, I like to use this one. I like to use it in the front of the brow, and then I like to use a lighter shade over here. So then I like to use the darker shade right here and up here, and then a lighter shade back here. Okay, and we're going to use, to do that, we're going to use the Born This Way Multi-Sculpt Concealer by Too Faced. And that's what we're going to use, okay? So I already have some out, so we're going to put that in the back of my hand. I like to put everything in the back of my hands. So, yeah. I do have a plate and stuff, but I don't never use that thing. Ever. So, yeah. So, now I'm going to do that. And see, we have some in the back of our hand. And then I like to take the other one and put that in the back of my hand as well. I gotta get a better setup too, y'all, to do these videos because I want y'all to see what I'm doing. So, hold on, y'all. There we go. Okay. So now that I have both of those in the back of my hand, I like to go ahead and use this kind of brush. Let me show y'all the brush that I like to use. And it's just a regular eyebrow brush, but that's the one I actually really like to use for this because it's small and precise. I'm gonna find her. Let me see. A lot of brushes. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Okay, I like to use one of these. So y'all see the shape of it. Got a little bit of glitter on it, but yeah. So I go ahead and dip into the lighter color first because I'm putting that back here. Just like that. And then I like to use the darker color. I still like clean it off in the back of my hand. And then I like to put this one. The one that's closer to my skin tone. And then I like to put that one right here. Just like that. Okay, so then you have the darker one right here, the lighter one right here. And then I'd like to take that darker one again and go above the brow. Just like this. Like that. Just like that. Okay, and then we're going to clean that off again. We're going to go back into our lighter shade. I'm going to go back into that lighter shade. And then we're going to put that y'all, you know, I need to go get my daggone eyebrows. I get eyebrow threading, so they need to be threaded again. I feel like they grew back so fast. And like I said, if y'all see me looking over here, it's just a mirror over here, okay? All right, and then we're gonna take our darker color again, and we're gonna put that to the top. Well, the actual front of the brow, like that. And then we're gonna take our darker shade again, and we're gonna put it on top. Like that, okay? Okay, just like that. Okay, so now that we've done that, what I'm gonna do is actually just put, now we gotta blend that out, okay? So I like to use a brush. Let me show y'all what brush. I like to use this brush. This is the number 67 brush by Sephora Collection. And it's kind of like a triangle shape. And I like to just go underneath the brow, just like this. Make sure you try not to touch the brow. You know, put it like that. Let me make sure. I gotta look in my mirror. And all we're doing is cleaning up the concealer. Like that. Okay. Just like that. Okay, see I made a boo-boo. So what we're gonna do is we're going to clean up that boo-boo. So see? What I like about this concealer too is that once it dries down a little bit, it's actually easy. Like say if you made a mistake, like I just hit that whole brow trying to look at this mirror and trying to look at the trying to look at where I'm filming. And I was able to draw back that line. So yeah. So now that's done, and then we're gonna go on the other side. So make sure I don't hit this brow. But yeah, just like that. And that's what I love about this brush, is that you're able to do that. And then I just go on the top again. Wherever I put that concealer, this is me blending it out. Just like that. Okay, now once I do that, then I like to use the spoolie on here. And then I like to flicker the front out a bit, just like that. It gives it more of a, what do you call it, like hair-like strokes in the front. Just like that. Okay, and now we are done with brows. Okay, just like that. I don't know if y'all could see that really good. Yeah. Now, brows are not supposed to be the same. You can try to get it as close as you can, but our brows are not like identical twins, they're cousins. So yeah, that part. So yeah, perfect. Okay, so now we're gonna prep ourselves for our eyeshadow. Okay, and I love to use, again, the Multi-Scope Concealer by Too Faced. And all I'm doing is putting that on the on the eyelid. And then we're going to blend this out. And I like to use the number, the M173 brush by Morphe. It's this one right here. And you see how it's dense? Yeah, dense and short bristles. Very soft though. This is another one of that same brush, but it's, you know, I've had this one for a little bit. So now we're just going to blend that all over the lid. Just like that. And my thing is this, like, to teach people how to do makeup, so that way you don't have to pay people to do it. You know, you may have an event coming up and you may have spent a lot of money on that dress or the hairdo or whatever the case may be. And girl, you could just go ahead and simply, you know, do your own makeup. You know what I'm saying? You feel better too when you do it yourself, other than you paying somebody sometimes, because you know you did it. You know what I mean? So yeah. Now I like to oversaturate this part because this is where my eyeshadow is gonna go. You know, and I want to make sure that my eyelids are completely like a clean canvas. So if that makes sense. So that's all I'm doing, is just like this. Making sure I do not touch those brows, honey, but we done worked on them. All right. And we want to make sure that is completely blended out, okay? So then I like to use this Wet n Wild Photo Focus translucent powder. The name has written off of it, but this is it right here. And you can find these at CVS, Ulta, places like that. I do have Laura Mercier, Kimchi. I got all of that. But I like this one the most. I don't know why. I just do. It just does what it needs to do for the low. Okay? So then we're just going to put this all over where we put that concealer at on the eyelid. Just like that. And we're going to do the same thing over here. Okay. Just like that. Okay, just like that. And that's what it should look like, okay? So now, once we're done with that, now we can start doing our eyeshadow. And then also, too, I like to make sure that my brows are as neat as possible for the look. And then I wanted to go on YouTube was because also, too, I can do longer content on YouTube. The content I'm doing right now is mostly on TikTok. It's under the same handle, I2457. So on that, I can actually do shorter pieces of content. Here, I can do longer and show y'all like how I do that stuff, you know? And then once I'm on here a little bit more, I'm going to start getting into other pieces of content. But for right now, I like to show y'all to do something, you know, that you don't have to spend money to do. Okay, so now we've done that part, okay? So this is how it should look. It should be dried down because we actually use that powder to set that concealer in place. So now we can start actually doing our eyeshadow. So me personally, hold on, y'all. Me personally, I like to use a couple of transition colors, like actually like 3, before I start doing any kind of eyeshadow. So I'm going to show y'all those. Let me get my little eraser. Okay, so I like to use this as my eraser. You can buy these at the Dollar Tree. They're only $1.25. But yeah, I like to actually use, I'm going to show y'all right quick. Okay. I like to use this. Okay, these colors, these 2 colors, I had a color here, but all of these colors, the 3 colors I like to use as transitions, are in this palette by Anastasia Beverly Hills in the Soft Glam palette. So the colors that I like to use, the colors that I like to use in here are Orange Soda. This one is, let me see, I always forget the names. This one is Burnt Orange and Caramel. So I like to use Orange Soda first, Burnt Orange, and then Caramel in as transition shades. And I feel like every time I use these shades, like for some apparent reason, my eyeshadow lays better. I don't know why. I don't know why, y'all. Can somebody tell me why? Because I don't know. Anywho. Okay, so I like to use the one Orange Soda all over the lid first. And I really saturate my brush in this color. And I like to put it everywhere. All over the lid. Make sure you don't touch those brows. And then we do the same thing over here. Like that. Okay. Okay. And then we like to go in with Burnt Orange, which is our next shade. And I like to go in the crease with this one. Like that. Windshield wiper motion right in my crease. And then we're going to do the same thing over here. Windshield wiper motions in the crease. Just like that. Okay, and then we're going to use caramel a little bit higher than the crease. And we're going to put that one right about here. Windshield wiper motions again. Just like that. And it gives it like a little flush of color, but not too much. Okay, just like that. Okay, just like that. Let me make sure my mirror. Y'all, since this is my first time doing this video, I totally need to figure out another setup because I really want y'all to see what I'm doing. But for now, we'll figure it out as we go along. I always do. Okay, so now we have that beautiful flush of color right there. That's all we need, okay? And today, I usually never know how I'm going to do a look until I start. Like every time. And sometimes I have moments where I don't even know what I'm going to do, like, to be honest with you. So yeah. I do know what palette I'm using today. I'm going to use the Kimchi Mini Me palette today. I'm going to show you the palette. It's so cute. It's so small though. But it's cute. Anywho, this is it. And look how small it is, y'all. Y'all gonna be like, heck no, how you gonna do something with that, girl? Okay. But this is it. I love the fact that it has a whole bunch of like everyday colors. And then also it has some bright colors. And these are all of my shimmers right here. So yeah. So we're gonna go into this palette today. I got plenty of palettes, y'all. So we're gonna be doing some looks every time I come over here to do a video. We gonna be doing some looks, okay? So whatever palette that you actually pick, I like to always use a palette where I like neutral colors a lot. Like, they just look good on me. But I do go outside that box sometimes. I need to go outside that box a little bit more, but that's besides the point. So we're gonna do, I think, an everyday look, because I noticed that on my YouTube, the videos or shorts that I've actually uploaded to YouTube, I noticed that people like the actual like everyday stuff more. So we're gonna do an everyday look. So I'm going to start with our Mini Me palette, super cute. I'm gonna start with this color right here. It's called Burgundy. And we're gonna put this one right about here. And we're gonna move it up. We just wanna get a shape going. So I like to put stuff like right there. We just wanna get a little shape going, okay? And we're gonna do the same thing over here. We're going above the crease. Just like that. With Burgundy. Just like that. Okay. And it gave it like a beautiful flush of color. I love it. Just like that. Okay. And we might put that everywhere. Let's put that all over the lid. Let's just put it all over the lid. Let's just do that. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna put it all over the lid. Okay, and now we're gonna make our little V over here, because this is actually the shape that I'm looking for. So I'm starting that shape right now, as you see right here. I'm just going with the eyes, my eye shape. That's it. And if y'all can see that. And then I'm just dropping that down right here, right where my eye starts right here. Okay, and then we're gonna do the same thing. Basically over here too. And we're just gonna drop that down right there. Okay. I don't know if y'all can see that eye shape, but yeah. Okay, just like that with burgundy. Okay, and then we're gonna clean off our brush. And then we're gonna go in with this next color called Burnt, right here. This one. Okay. And we're gonna put that more in the outer corner because it's a little bit darker. And we're gonna put that right there, and then we're gonna bring it up like right about here, and we're gonna flare it out over here. Just like that. And then we're gonna do the same thing over here. I don't know if y'all can see that, but yeah. I'm gonna move that over here. Sorry if I'm making child noises with my nose. My nose has been like, ugh. It's this weather, y'all. It has been cold, okay? It has not been playing this year. Okay. And then we're just gonna bring that up like that. We want a nice little line of demarcation in between my eyebrow and that piece right here. Light line and then eyeshadow. Yeah, like that. And then we're gonna do the same thing over here. And make sure we flare that out. Just like that. Okay, just like that. Okay, and now we have this down. Just like that. I know y'all don't see nothing yet, but I'm not done, so trust the process, that part. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we've used burgundy and we used burnt. Now we're gonna use onyx, which is black. This one right here. Okay. Clean off our brush, dip into that black. Now you have to be careful with black when you do use it. You don't want to overdo it because it's a mess to clean up. So what I'm gonna do is I'm using about that much. I'm gonna put that right here. And then we're just gonna dab it on the ends right here. Yeah, I know y'all can see that. Okay, just like that. And we're gonna blend that out. Add a little bit more, blend out. Just like that. Just like that. Okay, and now we're just gonna blend this out. I don't want to lose the brown that I had already put down. So yeah, like that. Now we're gonna go over here and do the same thing. All we're doing is putting it right where that V is. And of course, if you have browns this color, whatever the case may be, and a black, then you could do this look. It's not. Because a lot of palettes have these pretty much same colors in it. You just got to know what to do with them, girl. That is it. That is all. Okay. Just like that. Okay, so now when you have this right here, just like this, I like to actually clean up my work because it just helps me to see it in a different way. I don't know how to explain that, but for me, it helps me. So now I'm just looking for a concealer so we can clean up what we just did. I don't know where I put my concealer. Let's see. Lord Jesus. What the heck? Oh, okay, there it is. So, yeah. So, I like to use this one is Juvia's Place concealer. I think this is a number 9. Yeah, 9 concealer. She doesn't have colors, she just has numbers. So, what we're going to do is we're actually going to clean up that line. Just like that. Just like that. Okay. And then we're going to use our brush, our number 67 brush again. And then we're going to just rub it out. And now we have a beautiful crisp line right there, okay? And then again over here as well. Let me see. I want it to match up. So if it doesn't match up, like right now, see how that one is a little bit more up? You just add more concealer until you match it up. I may have to do this one again. I'm not sure. Who knows? Don't get it twisted now, y'all. I do make mistakes too. So we're gonna do that one again over here. Let's see. We're gonna use burgundy first. And if I make a mistake, I'm gonna let y'all know. And I have moments. See, like right now, so now I have to make these kind of match up on both sides. So what I do is I just use the concealer as kind of like a guide, and then I just go ahead and add the same colors that I just did, basically to the whole lid, and then I just put them together. Just like that. And then we go back and clean it up again. So whenever you make a mistake, you could just do it this way, and it just makes it easier to do. Or not easier, but then you feel like, you know, everything's matching up, if that makes sense. So now, that one, yeah. And that's how you clean up that mistake. Honey, makeup artists make mistakes too, y'all. They certainly do. We are only human. So yeah. So now we're matched, okay? So yeah. Just remember what colors, whatever colors that you put down the first time, you just have to remember what you put down. And let's clean it up. Just like that. Okay, so now that we've done that, and I just want to make sure my darkness, as dark as I want it, is good. Because really that's all I need. Like that. And then make sure over here again too, the same thing. Okay, just like that. Now, again, I like to make that line of demarcation in between there. I like to make that a little bit brighter, just in case I washed it out with like the eyeshadow. So we're gonna do that next. And the same brush that I use for my brows is what I like to use to do that, which is this one. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and use a little bit of that concealer. And we're gonna dip it into, now when you're using this brush to do what I'm about to do, which is clean up this line, you don't put it in like flat, you're putting it in more like across, like this. And see how I cleaned it up? Now it looks more like straight. And all you're doing is just going underneath your brow to do this. Just like that. Make sure you don't touch your brow when you're doing this too. Just like that. And it just gives it a cleaner look. That's it. Okay, just like that. Now it gives it a cleaner look. Now my sides are good. Now I can do whatever I want to do in the middle of that. See where I have this hole right here? I could just go ahead and do whatever I want to do in that area. Okay, so since we're making this an everyday look, what we're going to use is more like a white to this color. And so I got to clean off my brush because we had a lot of black on there. Just like that. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we're going to use this one called Orgaza right here. It's like what do you call it? Eggshell white? Yeah. I'm going to use that eggshell white. And then we're just going to tap it onto the lid. Just like that. Just like that. And the same thing over here. Okay, just like that. Try to keep it in the middle too. Make sure you don't try to go over too much, because you want it to look like a kind of like a faded look, because we're gonna go back in to some of these colors and like reapply them because of the white. So yeah. And if your white is not pigmented, just keep on going into it until you get the desired look you're looking for. I want it to really show, so that's why I keep adding. Just like that. And I'm not swiping my brush either, because it's not that pigmented, this white, eggshell white, then I just dabbing it on. But I want you to see it, you know what I mean? So, just like that. Okay, now we're gonna clean off our brush, and then we're gonna start adding other colors that I feel like got washed out. So of course we're going back into, we're gonna go back into burgundy. Okay, and then we're gonna put that, we could dab it right here. Actually, mesh it in. Maybe y'all see that? You see it? And then we're gonna do the same thing over here. Mesh it in with that black. Like that. Because of course we want to be able to see it, you know, so, see it? Okay, just like that. And then we're going to actually add a little bit of black again. Mm-hmm. Okay, just like that. Okay. Now we're going to add, like, I would believe, I think I'm going to mess with that line again. Hold on, y'all. Now, like I said, I do make mistakes. Like, now I'm liking this one, and you see how, like, far cut up that is? And I'm not feeling that. So what we're going to do is the same thing. Let me show y'all what I did. Okay, so since there's concealer right here, what we're going to do is we're going to go back into Burgundy, and we're going to plop it right here where that line is. We're just going to put that right here. And we're going to widen that space. Okay, so now I've added that. And then we're going to add some burnt to it. Okay, now once we've done that, then we're going to go ahead and add the black. And then we're just going to add that black. See, just like that. Hold on 1 minute, y'all, okay? Sorry about that, y'all. So now, you see how this looks right here? So what we're going to do is we're going to use our concealer again. Okay? And then we're going to make sure this line is looking like this one, basically. Just like that. Okay, and now we're going to use this brush to go ahead and okay, and now that I've done that, I want to make it a little bit, so I'm going to put some of this in the back of my hand, and then, oh shoot, I got mess everywhere, y'all. Makeup is messy. That part, makeup is messy, y'all. Okay, so now I've done that. Now I'm going to clean up that line underneath. Yeah, and then cut off some of that tail. And now we're as close as we need to be. I'm going to make that a little bit wider. So now we're pretty much close. Now, some people actually use tape to do that. You can. It does make it easier. It does make it easier. I'm not going to hold you. But you just got to make sure that you're placing the tape properly. Okay, so now that I've cut the tail off on my brow, what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait for that to dry, and then I'm just going to draw it back on. And that's pretty much it with that. Okay. If y'all hear me sniffling, y'all, I swear it's my allergies or something. Hold on. Now, see, I can't really draw on it like I want to, so it still needs to dry. Okay. And again, like I always say to people with makeup, makeup is about being neat. The neater, you can make all the mistakes you want to make, but the neater it looks, the better it looks, period. I don't care what nobody tell you. If you notice when makeup artists are doing their makeup, like, neatness is key. So the more you do it, the better you get at it and the neater you get at it. And when you see things out of whack, fix it. Because once you fix it, it'll make the eye look come together. So see, now it's completely dry. See, now I was able to draw onto that. Like that. Like, if I see a whole bunch of mistakes, or like if I don't feel like it's neat enough, then it's not doing what I want it to do. If that makes sense. Yeah. Okay. Okay, just like that. So now that we have that down packed, okay, I'm gonna add an actual liner to this. So yeah, because I'm done with the eyes. I think it looks cute. Now this is more, I should have did like a more business look, but it's okay. But it came out really pretty and I'm liking it. I'm feeling it. Okay, just like that. Okay, so now we're going to use our liner. Let's do this one because we got all day. And I'm using this one. It's by LA Colors. It's a matte liquid liner. I like this one because I like the handle. And y'all, I'll be going through some baby wipes too, by the way. Going through them. I need to start buying them in a box, but that's what I was supposed to do. Anywho. So yeah. Okay, so now we're gonna do our liner. And this one I got from the Dollar Tree as well. I don't think I need to show y'all how to do liner because I think everybody knows how to do liner. I need a, what you call it? And I'm just looking for my lash glue, y'all. If y'all see me rustling through this bag, honey, I got so much mess in here. I bag up all my makeup and stuff, so yeah. Okay. So now we're gonna do our liner. And I like thick liner, and the reason why that is because I actually put my, what do you call it? My eyelashes onto the liner. I think tomorrow I'm gonna give y'all a better view because I feel like you can't see what I'm doing, but yep, just like that. Just like that, y'all. Okay. We're just going straight across. And then the same thing over here. One, two, just like that. Okay. And now we're going to actually put, I was going to actually use a mascara, which I normally don't do. But I think I'm going to do that today because I feel like the white got onto my eyelashes. And that's a no. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually put let's see. Yes. I'm gonna put just like that. Okay, so now when I actually do my liner, I actually put my lash glue. I'm sorry. When I do my liner, yeah. I put my lash glue on top of my liner, and then my actual lashes go right on top of that. So yeah, I'm going to show y'all what I mean. You see where my liner is? My liner is kind of like my guide, so. Make sure that you put that lash glue. I'm going to show y'all because y'all going to be able to see it right on there. You see? Just like that. And then I do the other side. Just like that. Okay. And then my lashes I buy actually from, what do you call it? What's the name of it? Amazon. So I reuse mine, so I just clean them off and then reuse them. So we trying to save some coin around here, honey. That part, okay. So then we go over here. And we're just waiting for this to dry down. And normally, y'all, I do be wearing wigs and stuff like that, but I've been trying to actually pull out my actual hair. So, yeah, we're going to get into wigs and stuff like that, too. Because somebody asked me on one of my videos, on one of my shorts, they were like, oh, my God, you need to do a hair tutorial. So, I might start doing that as well. Yeah. So, now that I'm kind of dry, I'm just going to apply the lash right where I put the liner, right where I put the lash glue. Just like that. Okay. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Just like that. Making sure they're on. And they are good. Okay? Just like that. Okay, so now we've done all of that. Now we're going to start with foundation. My favorite part. So we got to get this complexion, honey, together with these eyes. Okay? Okay, so when I do that, I had already primed when I started the video and all that good stuff. So now we're going to go ahead and do our prep. Now, I like to use a concealer before I do anything. Normally people like to use color correctors for their hyperpigmentation and things like that. I don't. Like stuff like this. I feel like it looks like you can see it through the foundation. So I actually like to use concealers that are closer to my skin tone. So, wherever I have hyperpigmentation, this is going. I've already primed, like I said, so. All right, so I'm going to put it, of course, underneath the eye. All these little spots I got. Right here. I feel like I have a little bit of discoloration on the, like, on my, what do you call it? On my lips, or like on the side of my lip. Right here. Because all we're doing is just getting it out of the way so you don't see it through the foundation, if that makes sense. And today's foundation is going to be double wear, honey. We want this thing to be flawless. And y'all know double wear is the OG. So, and then the hyperpigmentation I have on my nose. Okay, so just like that. I like this to dry down a little bit before I get that party started. But yeah. So, okay. So we're going to wait for it to dry down a tad bit, not much. And hold on. Okay, so now we're going to use a brush. I like this brush by Bare Minerals to actually like blend this out. Okay, so we're going to blend this out. And all we're doing is dabbing it, so we can hide all that discoloration that we do not want to see. Okay. We don't want to see none of that, honey. I got a piece of lint on my face. Okay. So now that we've done that part, now see, I know it looks kind of dark, but that's okay because I'm going to hide it with foundation in a few minutes anyway. Doesn't really matter. Okay, just like that. Okay, and then we're going to use our double wear. Good old double wear. I love this stuff. Just give it a good shake. What I don't like is that they didn't give you no daggone pump. This thing like $55 and you don't have no pump. Like that's crazy to me. But anywho, and they make you pay for the pump, by the way. Kind of like the iPhone, you know, like when you get your iPhone and now they just give you like the cord and they don't even give you the piece that go in the wall. Like it's like that, or the earphones anymore. Like they don't give you none of that no more. It's the same thing with this. That's how I feel when I buy double wear, but I love it. The coverage is everything. So you see how it come, y'all. So you don't want to spill out too much, but you don't want to spill out too little. So I'm going to do about that much. And where's that brush? Okay, and I like to use the end of my brushes to put on this. I don't know why. I just do. Okay, so now we're just going to put that everywhere where we feel we want coverage. I like to do little dots. I like to do little dots. So okay, so now that I've done those little dots, now we're going to blend this out. And since this brush is like really dense, I love this brush because it's dense. This is actually not the brush I normally use, but I'm feeling it today, so that's what we're going to use. I have other ones. I usually like to use this one. This one's by e.l.f. This one I like to use too. But today we're going to use this one. And in the comments, if y'all have any questions y'all want to ask or whatever the case may be, just leave it in the comments and I will answer you. For sure. And I like to put the foundation into the neck. And when you're picking your foundation shade, always make sure it pretty much goes with your neck. I'm going to lighten this up a bit. If you're my shade, the color that I'm using is called 6W1 or Sandalwood. Okay, so letting y'all know if y'all like the coverage of what y'all see. But yeah, let me make sure we get all those places because we're going to start concealing and doing all that good stuff, under eye concealer and all that stuff. And yes, I do put foundation underneath here, but it really doesn't matter because we're going to actually blend all of that out. I'm not even going to see it. Okay. But yeah, just like that. Okay, so now we've done with that. That's all we need for the actual foundation. And now we're going to conceal. We're going to use the same Too Faced. And we're going to put our lines. This right here. Right there. Right here. Right here. Now this is actually like where I like to conceal. That's just me. I always do it the same every time. Bridge of nose, Cupid's bow, chin, and forehead. And we're gonna let that dry down a bit. And then I like to use a white concealer. I know that sounds so crazy to some people, but I actually like to use it like for like a highlight underneath the eye. So I like to use this one right here. Okay, so then you just simply, as soon as I can get it out. Okay, right here and right here. That's the only place I put it. Okay, and then I like to go in with my what do you call it, contour. I don't like to contour my nose, but I do like to put that line right there. And so right here, right here on the forehead, and then bottom of chin or side of face to chisel that side. And that's it. Okay. Okay, so now once I've done that, then I like to go ahead and use a sponge, and I like to use these. I like to wet it with my setting spray, which I like to use this one by Morphe. This one is so bomb. Okay, just letting y'all know. You can find it at Ulta. But I like to actually, and it's by Morphe. Okay, and I like to do all the darker places first. So I like to do this underneath here. And I'm actually letting the other places kind of like dry down a bit or get, because the longer the concealer lasts underneath the eye, or the longer you let it sit, the better the coverage is going to be underneath the eye. So I like to do that part last. But yeah. And then we're going to do over here. And then right here. And then the forehead. And I like to do that into my hairline. Just like that. just like that. Okay, so now that I'm done with those parts, now I'm gonna start moving up. I'm still gonna leave the eyes, you know, by themselves. I'm not gonna mess with that right now. All I'm doing is just around. Okay, and then the nose. That's how I like to do my nose. Okay, now the forehead. Okay, just like that. All right, and now the under eye. Okay, just like that. I like to have it lift, you know, like lifted up. So I'll show y'all on the other eye. I'm gonna have a better position for y'all tomorrow so you can see everything I'm doing, because I feel like I really can't see it. Just like that. Okay, and then we're gonna do the other side. And then of course, like I said, I like to lift it up. Yeah. Just like that. Okay. Now that I'm done with that, now we're gonna actually use a powder to set that in place. And I like to use the Kimchi Puff Puff Pass powder. And this is a pink color. It is called, oh, I'm sorry, Pink Rose. I just like to put this one underneath the eye. Okay, just like that. And then the rest, I like to do the, what do you call it? The Wet n Wild translucent powder everywhere else. Just like that. Okay, and now I look white as a ghost. I know. But we're gonna tone that down anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Okay. I'm gonna tone that down a lot. Okay, so once I'm done with that, then I like to use powder contours at this point. So yeah, so I like to use two. Hold on, y'all. Oh, I got so much makeup, y'all. This mess is ridiculous at this point in life. Anywho. Hold on. Okay. So now I'm going to use a powder contour. And I like to do duck face when I'm doing my contours, so. And see? Okay, just like that. And then we're going to do our bottom, of course. And we're going to do our forehead, of course. Wherever I had put that cream bronzer, I'm sorry, contour, that's where I'm putting this one. That's it. Just like that. Okay. And then we're going to go in with, oh, and this one was the Black Radiance press powder. This is in the color Black Coffee. I like to use that one. And then I like to use the NYX Buttermelt Bronzer by NYX. And I don't use much of this. This stuff is very pigmented. So you just dab your brush in at one good time. And it gives you a beautiful flush of color. Just like that. Just like that. Beautiful. And I don't dip into this product again because it's just that pigmented. Like, these are so good, by the way. Okay, and then we'll just put a little bit right here, just like that. Okay, and then we're gonna use the NYX Buttermelt blush. Okay, I feel like this blush is kind of like the color that I had put right here, so that's why I'm gonna use it. Again, do not go in hard with this. That's enough. That's enough. Sometimes I like to not over blush or like under blush either. Like sometimes I feel like it's too much. And if I do feel like it's too much, then I go back in with the thing that I use to blend out, and I just actually like make sure everything makes sense. You know. So I just use, I don't dip into any more product with this. I just like that. And now that's pretty much it. We're gonna do our lips. We're gonna do a lash line, like a waterline. Where is my palette? Oh, right here. I like to use a certain brush for this. It just makes my life so much easier. Wherever I can find it. Here it is. It's a brush like this. And I like to clean that off and then just go ahead and go in. I'm probably gonna use burnt underneath the lash line. And a little bit of black underneath the lash line. But you see how like it just lets me put it right there. Just like that. Yeah, I'll be waiting too. Okay, and then I'm gonna go into a little bit of the black here. Smudge it out. Just like that. Okay, use a little bit of mascara on the bottom lash line. Just like that. And now we're gonna do lips. Let's do some lips, honey. Let's see, we got this one. Yeah, this one. Where is that? What color did I use? The Kat Von D. Kat Von D color. Near. Is it this one? It's this one. Okay. And now we're gonna line our lips. Just like that. Okay, and I just used like a regular brown liner, nothing major. And then this color is called Love Wig, I think. And this is by Kat Von D. Or KVD. beautiful like nude like color. And then we're gonna add a gloss to this by e.l.f. And I'm gonna spray. And then we're going to spray again. I like to use a trusty fan for this. Melt all my powders in. Okay, and this is the final look, y'all. And it looks glowy. It doesn't look powdery. I love the eye. It came out so pretty. I love the lip. Yep, and this is it. This is how I do my looks. So when I come back, I'm gonna do more, of course, more content. It's gonna be long content because it takes me time. Like this took me like an hour, like 39 minutes to do. But if you want to save yourself some coin, do your own makeup for real. Like it's not that hard. And I think this came out really pretty. And I did make mistakes in this video, and I hope y'all saw what I did to clear up those mistakes. But you keep, you just keep doing it, you get better and better and better. And by the time you look, honey, you'll be your own makeup artist. Yeah, that part. Well, I love y'all. I hope y'all stayed for the whole video to learn something. I will be back with more looks. Again, my name is Ivy. My handle is I2457. Y'all come and check your girl out. If you have any questions, please put it in the comments. And tell me, what you think of the look. If you have any questions, anything you would like to know, just ask. Put it right in those comments, y'all. And I'll see y'all again. Bye.
Baby girl, you are so pretty, 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 pretty. Baby girl, you are so